Greetings and welcome to Sunlight Refuge. My name is Tracey, and the name of the game is motivation, inspiration, and growth. Today, we will dive straight into growth potential. Okay? Growth potential versus staying stagnant, and how your environment is the defining factor of you excelling or you staying in the same place. Okay? Environment is such a key ingredient in your recipe of success, right? Because what you involve yourself in on a daily basis, it becomes you, right? If you're constantly studying or if you're constantly reading and improving and trying to better yourself, these are the things that will help excel you. And in the same sense, if you are constantly, staying involved in things that doesn't propel you, being in a company of people who don't propel you, then your recipe is keeping you where you are. Okay? So it goes back to a very wide used as well as a very important saying is that you are the company that you keep. And that can be a good thing or it can be a negative thing. But you are the company that you keep. Think about it. If you're the type of person where you are involved with people who just, has no motivation, they're okay with just living the life that they live, no growth, no elevation, always talking the same talk. You ever be around people and every time you come around them, they talking the same talk? Their recipe yields a stagnant life. Okay? If you are involving yourself around people and you see them every time you see them, they're it's something new or it's something that they're improving on. It's something, that they're diving deeper into. These are the type of people that has a recipe that yields to push forward, that they're evolving. So it goes back, like I said, to a very simple saying: you are the product of your environment and the company that you keep. So you got to be mindful of that. If you're constantly with people who doesn't want you to improve or to grow, they just want to tell you what to do all the time or put down your ideas or do not support you, then these are not the type of people that you want to share your vision with. These are not the type of people that's going to put ingredients into your recipe of success. You got to watch that. You are the baker, right? You can't just have people just throwing stuff in your recipe, because when it comes out, it's going to look a hot mess. It's not going to be what you wanted. And it's going to show you that all these people that are putting things in there, they're not helping you. They're not propelling you to go forward. Okay? So you got to oversee what's going into your recipe, right? So what does that look like? Okay? That's people who are not trying to excel. Now, it's one thing if you're they're trying, but it's like some people, you ever seen some people who just never quite get it, like they want to, but something always, they just fall short. You know what I'm saying? That's not the people I'm talking about. It's the ones that every time you go around them, they doing the same old thing. Not just kicking back being the same old millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Not kicking back being the same old person buying all these businesses. Not kicking back being the same old person. You know what I'm saying? Doing that kind of thing. And that's one thing. But I'm just talking about the people who just there's no growth. Talk about it, never want to be about it. You got to be mindful of those people. And it's not to judge them. Everybody got their own walks of life and everybody got their reasons why they do the things that they do. But when it comes to you, I can't have that in my recipe. Okay? You got to set that standard. I can't have this type of stuff in my recipe. It's going to mess my recipe up. That's cool. You can put it in yours. I can't tell you what not to do in your recipe, but I know in mine, that's not going to work in mine. You always got to have a standard. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And that's not going to excel you. Okay? Another way that you can tell people who are staying stagnant is just they're always talking the same talk. Always talking the same talk. Always talking about people. Soon as somebody want to do something to to expel, expel their, or push forward, their ideas and what their vision is for their life, you always come in to shut it down, to talk about them in a negative way. But at the same time, you ain't even doing nothing. You know, you got to think about that kind of stuff. People who are there to put good things into your recipe, they'll help you. It doesn't mean like if you just come with a crazy idea, they're like, yeah. Like, no, we don't want no yes people. They're not going to push you forward either. But you want people that are going to encourage you. You want people who will help you, along the way. So at the same time, when saying is, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Be around people who you can learn from, that can teach you something, that can propel the vision that you have for yourself. And that's going to come from, getting away from these things that doesn't help you to grow. Whatever that looks like. Everybody deserves some rest. Everybody deserves time to kick back. It's not that. It's just you got to make sure that you are managing your time to where you're not just kicking back so much to where you're not moving forward. See, you can be your own worst enemy. Sometimes it don't even have to be other people. It can be you. Okay? Life throws enough at you that you got to dodge, and you know what I mean? But don't dodge from yourself. Don't let yourself hinder yourself, you know? So it's good ingredients and it's not so good ingredients, but you have to be the one that can judge what needs to go into your recipe to help you to move forward and to grow and to better yourself. Because what you indulge in becomes you. Think about that. What you indulge in becomes you. If you just sitting around dirty, ain't doing nothing, you're going to be that type of person. If you're the type of person who clean and always keeping their stuff in order, you're going to be that type of person. But they're going to go on two different paths. Okay? So that's the word for today. Growth potential versus staying stagnant. And at the end of the day, the key ingredient is your environment. What are you putting into your environment? What are you allowing to be into your environment? Make sure it's quality ingredients because your recipe is going to yield what gets put in. Okay? I hope this word resonated with you all. Until next time, keep moving forward. You got this.